Highlights of the opening day of the 4th Cornhill Test match at Edgbaston. Welcome also to Mnet Supersport in South Africa, the New Zealand watchers, and also to the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. Well, this Test match starts with the two teams 1-all. A victory for England early on, and then that was avenged by the West Indies in the Trent Bridge Test match. These are the teams for today's clash. Now, there are changes to that England side. Chris Lewis comes in, and Robin Smith, unfortunately, is out with that finger injury that has had so much publicity recently, and Hugh Morris comes in at the top of the order. He will go in first with Graham Gooch. Michael Atherton will be at number 3. Everyone else will drop down one place. England play one spinner, Richard Illingworth. And the West Indies have Patrick Patterson back in the side. Ian Allen has gone out of their original 11. Now, the toss and the umpires for this match. First of all, the umpires David Shepherd and Barry Duddleston. The West Indies won the toss, and after a short delay, which is their habit, they decided to field first. Conditions not good. I'm afraid the sunshine that was down in the south didn't reach Birmingham until too late for a prompt start. An hour and a quarter and 18 overs lost. Play began at 12:15. Just 45 minutes for England to get through, with Gooch and Morris starting off the innings. Here now is Curtly Ambrose, and in opposition is Graham Gooch.
First ball of the match. Oh, and he's dropped him. Carl Hooper drops Graham Gooch off the first delivery of the match. It was high, it was sharp, but those sort of catches should be taken.
Very, very wide one here. I mean, it must have been 2 feet wide at the off stump. And he actually, if you watch him carefully, he's almost walking off because he thinks he's done it.
First runs in Test cricket. 3 of them. That'll make him feel better, and the applause is almost a relieved applause. And he also keeps the bowling, so he's going to face Patrick Patterson coming in from the pavilion end. Oh, got him. He's out. Hugh Morris gone. He showed good judgment in what to leave. That delivery forced him to play, got the edge. Dujon did the rest, and England 6 for 1.
Once again, the problem for the left-hander, that ball slanting across him. If you watch where it pitches, in fact, it pitches about middle, and it ended up quite wide in the end. But Hugh Morris, I think, when he looks at that again, will really decide that he shouldn't have played at it. So an unfortunate start for Hugh Morris.
6 for 1. The end of the over, so Atherton and Gooch, who've opened together in the first 3 Test matches, together again all too soon. Atherton off the mark and played that pretty well, because there was lift there. The ball jagged back at him and he rode it nicely. That's a good shot, and Gooch looks in good form. 4 runs. Could and should have gone first ball of the match, but since then he's played with great confidence. There'll be 4 runs for Atherton. Very short boundary at the pavilion end here at Edgbaston.
Perfectly safe. The bat angle down when he played it. Thick outside edge. Wide of third slip.
First one that's really been pitched up and got the full treatment. Gooch is so quick onto anything that strays in length or line.
Yes, a super on drive this. Not really half volley. He hit that on top of the bounce, right in the middle of the bat.
And another one pitched up, and that'll be 4 more. Get that one. That's a lovely shot from Atherton. Walsh in pursuit, but Atherton's second boundary. Crowd are enjoying this.
They're a hardy breed, I tell you. Wouldn't have thought it was that hot, but there you go. Chance of a suntan out there in the bleachers. In the foreground, the super soppers, the warthogs, used to be a bit nervous. $50 up. The end of the Ambrose over.
Walsh, who was at the pavilion end.
Oh, LBW. That cut back a tremendous amount. Umpire David Shepherd, the man making the decision there. Atherton has gone. 53 for 2. Gooch is 30. Atherton, LBW to Walsh for 16.
Well, I don't think Atherton could have played that delivery. It cut back a long way, and he'd been thinking in his own mind it might just have gone past that leg stump. Came back a long, long way. One of the problems for the umpires, of course, is bounce. But on this pitch, where some balls do bounce quite high and some get a bit low, it's something the umpire has to keep in his mind.
This cricket between the test matches has been successful. Fine innings for Worcestershire in the Benston Hedges final, and then another century. But of course there are different questions asked of his technique in these matches against the West Indies. Oh, right through him. Right through him. Well, that slipped Viv Richards. Put hands behind his head and turned his head as if he'd seen something of great pain.
Well, it was a fine delivery. Pitch just outside off and over the top of leg and middle. I don't suppose you could say much about a batsman playing and missing at that delivery. Fortunately for Graham Hick, it bounced high enough to go over the top of the stumps.
Cracking shot. Wonderful shot. Just look at the eye on the ball, the control of the bat, the roll of the wrists. It didn't really get up that high.
Beautifully timed. A little paddle, really. Going down the leg side, so it's a perfectly safe shot. He just pulled it off his waist and hit it right in the middle of the bat. So 4 runs coming from that over. A lovely little paddle pull, really, by Graham Gooch. Courtney Walsh now 1 for 9.
That's different. Hello, Mr. Ambrose. My name is Hick.
Well, this was evident in the one-day final that Graham Hick was going to play a few shots. He did against Wasim Akram, who's pretty quick too, and that's a magnificent pull shot. From outside the off stump, he's decided he's going to take Ambrose on, and I'm sure Ambrose will accept the challenge.
That was a no ball, and I guess Mr. Ambrose is staring down the pitch at this stage, requiring a little more respect.
Yes, this is a really quick one. A lot of bounce, but he didn't take his eye off the ball until he saw it climb, which is good news.
Change of bowling now. We come to the 23rd over, and Malcolm Marshall comes into the attack.
That's a good shot. And Hick has come out to play shots where and when he can, and that's the big difference in his approach in this game compared with the others. And I think we saw the rebirth, if that's the right phrase, of him during the Benson and Hedges final. He came out and played so positively.
Yes, that was a lovely time shot. He's certainly opened his stance up a little bit in this match. I think that's right. A little bit more two-eyed so that he doesn't get too sideways on when the ball's a bit short. But that was a lovely time shot off his legs.
Well, he bowled 3 or 4 away swingers, then the in-swinger, and he's got the man he wants, probably an inside edge. Graham Gooch bowled by Marshall for 45. England now 88 for 3.
Well, that wasn't a good shot by Gooch. He really played from a standing position, feet not going anywhere. The ball did come back into him a bit, but quite a lot. But look at his feet, both still in the popping crease, hitting through the ball. And that's not a good position, not a good shot. If you're going to be playing from that sort of position of your feet, it should be a defensive shot. Certainly not an attacking shot with both feet together like that.
Well, that's a blow to England. Put into bat, lost the wicket of Morris, 6 for 1. Atherton, 53 for 2. And now Graham Gooch, 88 for 3, as Alan Lamb joins Graham Hick.
So it just carried. We're behind the slip fielders at the moment. Richards was obscuring us. Replay, you'll be able to see just so it carried.
Very good delivery. Graham Hick playing with a slightly angled bat, and it just carried. Very, very difficult. Low down to Cooper's left hand. He just got there. It was 50-50. Did very well to stop it in the end.
Been a wonderful spell of bowling from Courtney Walsh. He's bowled 11 overs, 4 maidens, 1 for 12 in an unbroken stretch. And now it's Patrick Patterson. There's a loosener from Patterson and a loosener from Lamb as well.
Yes, a real long hop from Patterson. In fact, Lammy did very well to reach it. He was at full stretch. Feet in the leg stump.
It's very close and out, and Marshall strikes again. Lamb looking disconsolate. The ball nipped back very sharply indeed, and Malcolm Marshall, really, this is a beautiful bowling spell. Lamb disappointed at that, but that makes England 108 for 4.
Well, it was certainly on the back foot. And the ball certainly pitched outside off stump, so it's got to be somewhere near. And the pitch is just outside off.
New batsman Mark Ramprakash, and almost normally for him, he's walking into a crisis. England 108 for 4. Lamb's dismissal, although he played forward, he didn't get very far forward, and that helps the umpire. You see, he's only gone a few inches in front of the crease, a second front foot movement there, but the ball has struck him in the middle. It's hit him on the roll of the pad. There's no question of height, there's no question of it being outside the line of off stump. All that umpire Duddleston had to consider was it going to miss leg stump? That's one of Hick's shots, the square cut. He's had few chances to play it. That's his third boundary.
Well, this is a good shot. He gets onto the back foot, plays it with a straight bat, square on the offside, and that was nicely timed.
It's a lovely shot and great fielding. Fine piece of cricket.
Yes, when you play a shot like that, you want 4 for it, but Desmond Haynes, give it the old bad back treatment now, but this was a lovely shot. Foot right to the ball, a perfect follow through, and a fine piece of fielding by Desmond Haynes.
Courtney Walsh is the bowler, Graham Hick taking strike.
And an excellent Yorker. And Hick did well to dig that out. It swung into him.
"90 into Hick, 10 to Ramprakash. Curtly Ambrose is the bowler from the City end.
Make sure that Graham Hick doesn't play too many more like that.
Richards has got him. That's a good over from Ambrose. He got the one that lifted sharply at the start of the over, then the leg cutter, which went past the outside edge, and now he's had Hick caught off another leg cutter for 19 by the skipper Vivian Richards.
And a really fine piece of bowling. That ball pitched up and Hick nowhere near it, playing with his feet together. Outside edge, and Viv Richards made no mistake. Very hard work for Graham Hick this has been today. He's battled on very bravely, but I think that slight lack of technique has found him out.
That fifth wicket going down there has brought Jack Russell out at the double or the treble. I don't think I've ever seen anyone run onto the field before to face any bowlers unless they're very slow. Certainly not the ultra-fast variety of the West Indies.
That's another cracking shot from Russell. Jack Russell, very much in form. He played a depressingly fine innings against Glamorgan during the week at Cheltenham.
Well, he's certainly got a fine piece of willow, just beautifully timed.
Yes, found a gap. Haynes. The applause of relief from the crowd as the 150 comes up. Oh, he dropped him. Haynes has done so much fielding in that position, behind square leg, and then it comes to him in the air and down it goes.
Well, Viv Richards had set the trap for Russell. Hits everything just behind square. Got the man just right. Well, the best laid plans can go to wreck and ruin if somebody drops one like that.
And that's in space. That'll run away down to the third man boundary. And so Mark Ramprakash now equals his best score in Test cricket.
This is the 8th over of this spell from Ambrose. Now that was well played, in fact well bowled, and Russell has gone. Now he's gone that way before in this series. At Trent Bridge didn't offer a shot. From here it wasn't possible to see whether the ball hit him on chest or arm. In fact, on the business part of the wrist he's gone. Ambrose's hostility gets another wicket for West Indies. Russell out for 12, 159 for 6.
Yes, a very, very good bounce by Curtly Ambrose. Jack Russell couldn't get out of the way in time. Here it comes. And I think Jack was thinking it might bounce a bit higher. He left his glove there and straight into Richie Richardson's hands at third slip. Difficult delivery to get out of the way of.
Now Carl Hooper coming on. All day long every batsman's been fighting for his life against this pace attack, and suddenly, well, life seems different with Hooper in the attack. Oh, Viv Richards slipped there, and that he may well have injured himself. Slipped on a greasy part of the square. Just on the part of the square where there was still some moisture. There he goes, the left ankle going. Looks as though physiotherapist Dennis Waite is going to take his captain off, and
I don't think
no?
I don't think Viv wants to go off.
Oh, it's bowled him. Didn't get up all that much. Pringle caught on the back foot, and it's bowled him. Now that was a ball of full length, which really Pringle might have got forward to, but that's much easier to say than do against somebody like Ambrose. He strikes again. England 163 for 7.
Well, disappointment there for Derek Pringle. He sort of didn't get anywhere at the crease. That ball kept a little low and straight through, hitting the off stump.
Now Viv Richards has decided that's the time for him to go, and if there is a serious ankle problem, that's only wise. Desmond Haynes takes over as captain. Now let's see whether or not. In fact, it's not. Desmond Haynes shoulders Carl Hooper aside playfully and brings back the pace of Courtney Walsh. Be out, and is rare misjudgment from Ramprakash, and Haynes' move pays off. Walsh with his first delivery gets Ramprakash caught mishooking. The end of another innings in the 20s, promised so much, out for 29, and now England in all sorts of trouble, 163 for 8.
Well, that was a very disappointing end for Ramprakash. The right ball, but the change in pace. He got a top edge very close to the top of the bat, and a simple catch there for Gus Logie.
nicely played by Philip de Freitas. Just enough room outside the off stump for the stroke, which he kept down very well.
Yes, it's a good cut shot there. Let it come on to him, and then certainly played that down to third man.
Now Marshall to Chris Lewis. Nice stroke by Chris Lewis. Timing is always good. In that case, the placement was excellent also. Takes England now on to 184 for 8.
Yes, no real flourish, just nudged away on the offside there. Every run vital, though, at the moment for England. They've got to get past that 200 mark.
LBW, well bowled by Malcolm Marshall. That ball darted back in the air, may even have kept on going. And it didn't seem to be from behind Lewis that it got up very much. It just have been low bounce there as well as the movement in the air.
Well, the ball's certainly coming back. Didn't bounce very high, around about the knee roll, but just a little late and just a bit across it, and certainly wasn't too high. Well, that's well below the stumps, and the ball coming back, and again, I don't think the umpire had much difficulty giving that one.
Would have been hoping desperately that they could have got up to the 200 mark. Here's Marshall now bowling to de Freitas. Richie Richardson is the man taking the great catch at second slip, diving away to his right. No such luck for England to reach that 200. They were all out for 188. Richardson, a wonderful mover, most athletic player, and a marvellous pair of hands, brilliant slip fielder. So 188 all out. De Freitas caught by Richardson of Marshall's bowling for 10. Illingworth not out, no score. There were 30 extras, 188, and the bowling figures a true reflection of the way the West Indies bowled yesterday, and justice for Malcolm Marshall picking up those 4 wickets there, the one today. So the pitch, certainly movement there for the pace bowlers, even in the short amount of time available this morning. It was seen that the ball was still moving off the seam, but how would England's bowlers use it? Well, the first over was bowled by Philip de Freitas. Here's the second now. Lewis is bowling to Haynes. No runs on the board. It's de Freitas now to Simmons.
Well, that's a good stroke, not a great delivery. Point I was making about de Freitas, again, it was short. He does err on the short side. And Simmons was very, very quick onto that. His favourite shot. And cracking that square on the offside for 4.
That's 4 more, and this is the sort of delivery which really the England bowlers can't afford. All of these West Indies batsmen are extremely strong off the back foot, and you can't give them any width like this.
And that's why they're there. That's exactly why they're there. Michael Atherton, and he would know that too.
Yes, he cracked that hard, did Simmons, but they are deep, those fielders. They're there for the miss it square cut, not for the edge. And he really middled that, but it went straight at him, and well, that's what they're there for. And that's disappointment for the bowlers. They needed that little bit of luck. Oh well, got that. He may well pick up another wicket, but down it goes.
That's a better shot. You could hear the clunk of bat on ball there.
Phil Simmons is the one who's been even more frustrating, because every so often he'll get a 4 off the middle of the bat or off the outside edge.
And this is the 4 off the outside edge. Driving up to extra cover, thick outside edge.
And that's what happens when you slant just a fraction more towards the leg side. The bowler wants to make the batsman play. Just give him another inch or two towards the pads, away it goes. Chase for Morris. .50 up for West Indies, and that is a very good performance. Well, there it is. At long last, one has found the edge and gone to hand. Graham Hick did the job. It was a good delivery. Didn't just move off the seam, but lifted a little as well. Batsman was committed to the stroke.
Well, Phil Simmons on his way back there, but I don't think he can complain. He's played a very good innings here, and that last delivery, just a little bit of lift, a little bit of bounce, and a really superb slip catch by Graham Hick. I think he's almost as good as any slipper I've ever seen. Beautifully judged.
Richie Richardson is the new batsman. Coming in just 15 minutes before lunch, 52 for 1. Now's the time the captain will be hoping Lewis and the other bowlers can get it just on the right line, make the batsman play. But not quite like that. The fielding side. Super start for Richardson. Great stroke. That was a mixture of an over.
What a way to get off the mark. Beautifully timed stroke there.
Stoic Prinkle bowling. He's bowling from the pavilion end. Richie Richardson is taking strike, wearing the...
A no ball called and a beautiful shot. One of the rare positive attacking strokes that the batsmen have been able to play as the ball has moved around right throughout the morning's play. And Richie Richardson is 12 not out. And 4 more.
Philip de Freitas hanging his head there. That really was a very bad delivery.
It was a very sharp and very difficult chance, I think. Went low to Atherton at third slip. Now, did that carry?
Well, from the reaction from Philip de Freitas, it certainly did. Good delivery, bouncing a little, but I think certainly de Freitas thought it.
Still no third man. I think they should have one. And that's 4 runs. It seems to me at 80 for 1 that you need a little protection now.
Yes, I think the gully is unrequired now. He should be down there, and then that shot, it wasn't a great stroke, was wide, got a thick outside edge, and it hurtled through the gully for 4 runs.
Another 4. "13 runs off that over, most expensive by Chris Lewis, and he knows there he'd overpitched for the drives and then pulled it down short. Oh, this time he's gone, this time he's gone. He deserves it, the Freitas. Very well caught by Jack Russell, the ball dying on him. But my word, West Indies have played and missed, but not this time. Desmond Haynes caught Russell, goal to Freitas, 32 to score 93 for 1.
And here we can see the dismissal again. You can see Desmond Haynes' back foot just going across after he's played at it, actually. And we can see it again here, a little outside edge. And Jack Russell leaning forward. The look of delight on Philip de Freitas' face.
Carl Hooper is the incoming batsman.
Taking a bit of the pressure off, brings up the 100. And the first 4 for Carl Hooper. 100 coming up in the 41st over.
De Freitas has been one of the stars, but he looks to me as though he's leaving the field at the moment. Just a slight limp there. Perhaps the hamstring on the left leg. Nasser Hussain is the substitute.
Richard Illingworth now getting the opportunity. A change of boots on the boundary. Must have been putting his bowling boots on last over. At long last, Graham Gooch is going to give him an opportunity.
Beautiful stroke. Lovely sweep by Carl Hooper.
De Freitas has now come back on.
And just leg stump. Just flicked the leg stump. We're behind the batsman and Jack Russell. He might have dragged it on, that's the only guess I could make. Might just have got it from the face of the bat back onto the stump.
And that's a great bonus for England as they go into tea with West Indies 148 for 3.
Now this is from the mid-wicket angle. Just off the glove by the look of it. Just dragged around glove or the shoulder of the bat.
New batsman, Viv Richards. First ball after tea, Derek Pringle now to Richie Richardson. What a start that is. So important that England restrict the West Indies lead.
Well, at least it wasn't a no ball from Derek Pringle, which is the usual case, but it was a bit wide and swinging away, and well, Richardson really went after that one.
That brought up Richardson's 50, and what a good 50 it's been on a pitch like this. He's had his luck, he played and missed. 101 deliveries, 2 hours 20 minutes, 7 boundaries. Well, Richards means business, and this could be dangerous for England. A magnificent stroke. And West Indies have progressed to 161 for 3. Richards on 7. Richie Richardson having completed the first 50 of the match. There goes Richards. He hit a 3 and a 4 off his first 4 deliveries from Illingworth. and looks ominous for England, the way in which he's come into bat. No sign of discomfort from that injured left ankle. Look at this footwork.
So quick to pick that out. It's one thing about Richard Richardson. Whenever he sees a ball he thinks he can hit, he spots it quickly and launches into big shots like that. Lovely timing.
Touch of class that is there with most of these West Indians. He's gone forward, he just rocks back and times that beautifully.
And that's just whipped away. There's no respect of length or line. Scores are level, 188. And that's it. That's the first innings lead for West Indies. It was a no ball, also a pushed single for Vivian Richards. So West Indies 189 for 3. But this particular partnership has been studded with brilliant fours like that.
Richardson is tremendously powerful there.
Pringle to Vivian Richards, who's faced 25 balls for his 22 runs. And that's could be out, that's out. There's a man under it. Well caught by Chris Lewis. Richards wasn't there to hang around, that's one thing certain, though he'll be disappointed with that stroke.
Yes, Viv Richards trying to whack this one over mid-on. The ball just held up a little. Got on a thick outside edge and Chris Lewis judging this perfectly.
Gus Logie, the incoming batsman. This is Viv Richards now going through the motions, trying to loft it, aiming for the onside. And there you see the reaction of Richards. Oh, that's a tremendous shot. You know, Gus Logie always gets off the mark with the most positive attacking stroke, because if he's been there for hours, and just lobs Lewis straight over his head before.
It's a lovely shot. It's well pitched up, but he just picks it up, straight swing of the bat, over the top for 4.
And that's the area where he loves to play it. There is cover down at third man. Now, we just had some better news for England from the dressing room. That is to say, Philip de Freitas, who we thought had strained a hamstring, in fact, is suffering from a touch of cramp. That's Logie's shot. That's his shot. No point in feeding that. It's a bit like Alan Lamb, isn't it? Short man, hard on that punchy square cut. That's another cracking shot. Gus Logie got off the mark a few minutes ago, hitting Lewis straight over his head before. And now he's done the same to Derek Pringle.
I've had a hard day at the office, dear.
Got that away. Now on the brink of 100, which really on this sort of pitch Whatever his luck, however many times he's played and missed, really will be something special. Extra pressure coming on Richardson. Bat pad man in close on the offside. Still 7 saving the single. He's got it, and there he goes, and what an innings that is. In a match which towards the end of the second day, no batsman has got 50 except for Richardson, and he's got 100. What an ovation this will be.
And rightly so. It's a brilliant innings by Richie Richardson. I think it's probably his first 100 in England in a test match, which it is, and he really has played beautifully today. It hasn't been easy at any stage. The ball has done odd things, but he's battled through, never given it away, and he's put his side right in the driving seat now. Super innings.
Start of it, Chris Lewis is the bowler. It's the first ball of the day, and Gus Logie is taken straight.
And Logie off the mark with 4 runs. Now this was one of Lewis's problems yesterday. He's already conceded 15 boundaries from a total of 95 runs scored, so that takes him within one of the wrong sort of 100. Out! Got his man. Square cut from Logie. Great catch, and Lewis takes a wicket. Exactly the start England want, with the second new ball available. Logie out for 28, and West Indies 257 for 5.
Well, you think of all the good deliveries that England have bowled, particularly early in the innings, didn't get any wickets. When you get a wicket with the ball like that, really a nothing ball, short outside off stump, a firm square cut, but not keeping the ball down.
New batsman. Big appeal, and he's gone, and Lewis strikes again. That's the end of Richardson. And this is a turnaround for England. 258 for 6. The end of Richie Richardson, LBW to Lewis for 104.
Well, Richardson this morning has been playing a little bit without getting his feet right to the pitch of the ball. Lewis has been bowling the ball just outside off stump. On this occasion, just ran the ball in, pitched round about off stump, just ran in a little bit. I'm sure that the umpire had probably no real hesitation with that.
New batsman Malcolm Marshall. England badly need more wickets. Well, there's an appeal, but Duddleston has given him. Well, Dujon didn't like that. Duddleston thought about it, and De Freitas finally gets his wicket, and that's the reward for pitching the ball up. He's tended the ball a little short, but that one was a fuller length. It moved back. Duddleston thought about it. Leg stump was the query. Satisfied himself that it was all right, and this is why. New batsman is Curtly Ambrose.
It's caught him. Almost steered it there. It's all happening here for England this morning. They are turning the match on its head.
Just watch the bat again, how it turns. Straight to Graham Hick. Things for the first time in the match have gone a little bit England's way. I thought they were desperately unlucky in that opening spell from Lewis and De Freitas yesterday.
Chris Lewis from the pavilion end. It's in the air, but it's well wide of the field, and now runs over the boundary for 4. Something wonderfully unpredictable about Courtney Walsh.
Derek Pringle to take over from Philip De Freitas. De Freitas, 23.3 overs, 9 maidens and 2 for 35. Yeah, Hugh Morris is the fielder. And he must have got that pretty much off the middle of the bat. Landed 3 parts of the way to the boundary, and it didn't stop It's difficult. Lewis is after it, and he's done it nicely. It was a very good catch because he had to stop in his follow-through, turn, make ground. He wasn't certain that the man at mid-on could get across, crawled for it himself, and took it safely. Patrick Patterson is the last man. Marshall has strike. Lead now. A situation not dissimilar to Trent Bridge.
Bowled him. That's the end, and 6 for Chris Lewis. And West Indies all out for 292. And that is a lead of 104 and leaves England with a very awkward 15 minutes batting time before lunch. Congratulations all the way round for Chris Lewis.
Well, that was a real collapse from the West Indies on this third morning. 292 all out. Courtney Walsh did very well, but the others couldn't quite come to terms with the skill of Lewis and the movement of the ball off the seam. 292 West Indies, a lead of 104, and there are the bowling figures. Tremendous performance from Chris Lewis, and today 12.3 overs, 4 maidens and 5 for 17. So the match situation, 104 runs ahead, the West Indians. We join play now in the second over of the England innings. It's the third ball. Patrick Patterson is coming in. Hugh Morris has taken strike, and 2 runs are on the board without loss.
It's very close, and he's given him, and that completes a sad test match for Hugh Morris. Caught on the back foot, it didn't bounce all that much, may have straightened back a little, and that's the early strike. England 2 for 1. Just 4 runs in the match, and this is how he went, trying desperately to get in line. Right across there, and the ball has darted back and catching him on the knee roll, and really that's one of the easier decisions for Barry Duddleson to have given. Michael Atherton. Out, caught, fine catch at second slip, and what a wicket that is to get. That was a super delivery, and really Atherton did well to get anything on it at all. He got the outside edge. Carl Hooper did the rest. And England already in disarray, 4 for 2.
Here's the first ball after lunch. Graham Hick taking strike. Patrick Patterson is the bowler. Just fractionally in front of Viv Richards. Universal shouting. I think we can say that was inside edge onto pad. Splendid performance in what is relatively a short time. 32 matches might seem a lot at test level, but it's only over a short number of years. Bowled him. Ambrose has done it. Hick has gone. And nothing has looked at all convincing about the England batting today. That was a very tentative stroke from Graham Hick. And a measure of how much store the West Indians put by Hick's wicket is what is going on out there at the moment.
Yes, that came back a little bit and probably kept a little bit low. Pitch just outside off stump. It didn't bounce very high, thick inside edge. It may well have hit his foot.
Alan Lamb is the new batsman. Well, it was a moment of crisis for Graham Hick when he came out. Now Alan Lamb is fighting for his own cricketing life and also for England out there at 5 for 3. Not precisely the position you'd like to walk into. Gooch has replied with the bat.
Quite an atmosphere at the ground at the moment. A lot of support for the West Indians from the right of our commentary box.
We'll go down to the sundries box. Leg by, signalled by umpire Barry Dudleston. Between second slip and the rather...
Oh, that was a temper ball. It was twice as fast. It was a no ball. It cut back and almost cut Graham Gooch in half. Good shot. Everything right, ball in the right place, defeat the bat.
Oh, very close. Now, did he get a nick or didn't he?
I think he may have just got the knee outside the off stump. That may well have got him out of trouble. It was certainly near.
Funny one-handed shot from Lamb there. The brings up the 50 for England. He played a reasonably good off drive, and then the bottom hand disappeared off the bat.
And it's Courtney Walsh to Graham Gooch.
Middle and leg half volley.
Well, that was a typical Gooch stroke. I don't think anybody dispatches the ball through wide mid-on, half volley, leg and middle, better than Gooch.
Now, did that carry? It was a wonderful delivery.
I think it might just...
Courtney Walsh to Alan Lamb. Nearly cut Lamb in two, and the movement, really extravagant movement from outside off stump, just flicked him on the chest.
Well, that's the second time that Courtney Walsh has done that to Alan Lamb, and really there's no answer to a delivery like that. You're playing forward, looking for the ball that's keeping low, and that one comes back and hits your chest high.
No shortage of dramatics here today. That was the way the West Indies were. 292, it was a great effort. It's a good shot. Almost as though he was waiting for that.
Beautiful pull shot this by Alan Lamb. Very, very short indeed. Watched it carefully. Made sure the bounce was right. And clipped it away. Just behind square. Super shot from Alan Lamb. He's played extremely well today. Conditions have never been easy for the batsman at any time.
Well, that was a fast leg break. I'm not too sure how you play that. I don't know that Lamb did too much wrong, but he's gone, and it's 71 for 4 now. He's out for 25 straight away after that brilliant pull shot. And that was a wonderful delivery from Courtney Walsh.
Yeah, one of the best I've ever seen, and in many ways I think Lammy was a little bit unlucky to touch it. Short, went away, little outside edge, and Alan Lamb absolutely stranded, but he did play extremely well.
He's on his way in now in the same sort of tough situation he's met in other innings. Extra bounce, and it went away. It was a beautiful leg cutter.
The first ball after tea. And that's a good start. Gooch, 4 runs. Patrick Patterson. He's the one who made the original break. That's a good shot. Really, this young man does play some very fine shots. There'll be 4, probably leg buys, but England will have anything that's going.
You see Gooch again, trying to get on the front foot. Ball aimed down there, certainly playing a shot. Just brushing the pad and 4 runs.
Oh, he's bowled him. Pitched the ball up, and Gooch has gone. Bowled by Patterson for 40, 94 for 5, and significantly there, Patterson picked the ball up and he just had a conversation with Malcolm Marshall. New batsman Jack Russell. And the ball before, the one that got Gooch out, had gone leg side, and as the ball was returned to the bowler, Marshall went across, had a word with him, and this was the result. The next ball was on a different line, different length, pitched around middle and off, nipped back, except edges, and Russell knows that. Beautiful delivery, huge shout, Russell's unmoved, and Duddleston's given him. He thought about it a long time. Wicketkeeper Dujon and all of the slips were never in doubt. And Patrick Patterson, he's won the day again. Russell goes, and now England in real trouble. Still behind, and 96 for 6. The end of Jack Russell and the entry of Derek Pringle. A withdrawing type of footwork, and immediately it was through to Dujon. Everybody knew, or thought they did.
99 for 6, Pringle on 1, Marshall from the city end. There's the 100 up, and it comes along with a big roar from the crowd.
So Phil Simmons, big man, 6'2", 6'3".
And that's it. England finally all square. But no ball called.
It's had very little loosed up to drive or force away. And almost as I spoke. Sorts of shouts there from keeper, bowler and fielders. Ramprakash has gone. He's made 25. He'll be doubly disappointed there. First of all at getting out and not being able to stay there and push England along, and secondly that he has got into the 20s once more and hasn't gone on with it.
Courtney Walsh off the field, has been suffering from sore shins. He was off the field for a part of the first innings as well.
You'd hardly believe it. Gus Logie has got what was, for him, basically a straightforward catch, and he's put it down.
Patrick Patterson. Bowled him. There's the 5th. That's the end of De Freitas. He's bowled for 7, and England now 144 for 8, and still only 40 runs ahead.
And Patterson's bowled well this innings. Not only is he bowled quick, he's got a lot of movement off the seam both ways.
And that brings in Chris Lewis.
Situation at the moment then. England now 45 ahead.
Good shot from Lewis, gets him off the mark. It was nicely timed, and just look at that ball. It's good running from Lewis because he made it into 4. It is a long boundary there, but that was good cricket. Oh, there's a mix-up here. That hits, which it didn't. And what the calling was, goodness knows, but Lewis was halfway down. Pringle said no. A direct hit, which Pringle now acknowledges, and this was well out.
Yes, I think the last call would help.
And the one after that would almost certainly have been sorry. Lewis is taking strike, and there's no addition to the score.
First runs of the day. 2 of them. And this crowd's come to enjoy itself, whatever happens. Oh, tremendous shot. Short and wide. And Lewis just threw the bat at that. It's a good shot. Second boundary of the day to Lewis and England.
That's a beautiful stop by Gooch. It just flicked Pringle's pad on the way through. They'll get 1 for it anyway because of the no ball, but he saved 4. Nice stroke. Markham Master is the fielder. Our field is nice and quick.
Chris Lewis showing what a good player he is. Foot right to the pitch of the ball. Copybook shot.
Man out at deep square, but he'll need to be a long way back from there. Applause from Pringle and from everyone around the ground. That was a brilliant stroke.
It was a wonderful shot, a pick up off the front foot. Hit with tremendous power. Hooper, the expected replacement, and I would imagine that probably Markham Marshall come in from the City end.
.50 partnership between Pringle and Lewis. Lewis resisting the temptation to sweep there. He just rolled his wrists on it, picked up the single, and this pair have taken the England second innings score from 144 to 194.
And this is Malcolm Marshall. Oh, super shot. Well, he met that so early, and therefore it went so square. 200 comes up.
Chris Lewis getting onto the front foot, but that was short of a length, but he, on top of the bounce, really flashed the way through the covers. Marvellous piece of timing.
And that's cleared mid-wicket, no trouble at all, whipped away off the front foot. 4 more runs to Chris Lewis. That's a firm push on the onside. My word, that's running away. And that's it. That's a half-century for Chris Lewis. Good, crisp off-drive. His highest Test score.
Well, that's a marvellous effort by Chris Lewis, and the crowd, yours has won there. He's really got the crowd behind him. Tremendous effort there. It's not been a defensive knot, he's been prepared to play attacking shots when the opportunity arose. And he's timed the ball very, very sweetly.
Clogged it away. Oh, halfway to the pitch a bit. It says a lot about the surface. It's the 85th over with this ball too. So, due ball time. Hesitation. Oh.
I think the final cry could have been help there if it did. Lewis set it off, thinking Pringle wasn't coming. And oh, it had been very, very tight. It could have been a direct hit.
And it's Patterson to Lewis. A lovely shot. Really, there's been some glorious stroke play from Chris Lewis this morning.
It went off the bat like a shot out of a gun. Perfectly orthodox, nicely balanced, just pushing through the line there. It shot to the boundary.
Oh, it might be out, and is. Oh, what a disappointing end. Didn't really go through with the shot. Substitute Clayton Lambert takes the catch, and that's the end of a great Chris Lewis innings, and my word, he's upset with himself.
He's livid with himself. If he'd gone through with that shot, it probably would have gone over the top. But it was an extremely well-judged catch by substitute Lambert at cover. You see, he's gone through. He hasn't really hit it. The bat just turned in his hand as it struck the ball, and beautifully picked up at cover. Never easy when they're that low and coming towards you. And nicely picked up there.
This is Patterson to Richard Illingworth. That's 4 to go on at the total. 244 it is now for 9 wickets, and the lead 140. .250 up for England, and what a turnabout. England yesterday ripped through the West Indies batting, then were under the hammer themselves and had 8 wickets down when today began.
Ambrose now to Illingworth. In 5 hours. And out. And that is a disappointing end for Derek Pringle. 5 hours at the crease. Caught off Malcolm Marshall by Gus Logie. Pringle out for 45. England all out, 255.
And a tremendous performance from those last England batsmen to make that 255. Pringle 45, De Freitas 7, Lewis 65, and Illingworth unbeaten on 5. And Pringle's partnerships were 31, 17, 92, that was with Lewis, and 19 with Illingworth at the end. A great performance. And not the first time this series Derek Pringle has played so well. Lovely innings from Chris Lewis. Bowling figures for West Indies. Well, naturally, they suffered a little today. Patterson's 5 for 39 from yesterday was translated into 5 for 81. Ambrose 2 for 42, Marshall 2 for 53, and a wicket for Walsh, who wasn't on the field on this fourth day. So the situation in this match, West Indies need 152 runs to win. England 188 and 255. West Indies 292, and about to start their second innings. We join them with the fifth ball of the first over. De Freitas is the bowler. Simmons is taking strike, and no runs as yet are on the board.
It's just what he wants, and England don't.
But that is one area where Simmons is particularly strong.
And here's another youngster, Chris. That turned Simmons round. Well, it was 4, but he won't get a much luckier one than that. Oh, it's a terrific shot.
Well, it's a full-blooded drive there by Phil Simmons.
This is fierce stuff. Out! Got him. Haynes is gone. Graham Hick misses virtually nothing. Loose shot. And Haynes out, caught by Hick for 8 in West Indies, 23 for 1.
Well, that was just a little bit short, but it did get some swing there because it was that little bit wider of off stump. Easier to swing the ball there.
New batsman, Richie Richardson. Well, which way round is he going to play?
Forcing shot here on the toe, but a little bit square on there, Desmond Haynes.
Out! Richardson gone. Same combination, Graham Hick. And Richardson, 100 in the first innings, a duck in the second. 23 for 2. 2 in 3 balls for Philip De Freitas.
Well, that was almost a similar shot there to Desmond Haynes.
And the crowd were behind De Freitas after the first wicket. I would imagine that when Hooper finally settles for his first ball, it'll be a soccer-type roar that'll greet him. What an over that was. Just to think back on it, at a score of 23 for 2, 2 wickets and 3 deliveries to De Freitas and Hick. That's out. LBW, the third one down. 24 on the board. 16 to Phil Simmons, the man dismissed, and De Freitas was really steaming in there. Simmons beaten for pace. Started off looking as though he was going to play it out on the onside. And 24 for 3.
And now, the most senior man of all, Vivian Richards. Well, he couldn't have a more dramatic situation, and he usually reacts dramatically.
That's a wicket maiden to Philip de Freitas. .24 for 3. Neither batsman off the mark yet, and de Freitas has 3 for 15. What a series he's having.
And a very good delivery there, lifting.
Great start for Carl Hooper. Just the day for that sort of thing. That is a beautiful stroke. It was short. Just lifted a little more than normal, and Hooper played it quite beautifully. .50 out for the West Indies, 3 wickets down.
Great shot, beautiful save, fabulous cricket.
Tremendous shot this. Hugh Morris having gone into silly mid-off. Viv Richards really crashing that one. Ramprakash, who's fielded beautifully throughout this series. Lovely pick up and throw.
That's another beautiful stroke. Superbly timed. Steered as well, square on the offside. Beautiful stroke.
Poetry. Superb stroke. See how far that foot goes. Right out to the pitch of the ball. Only pushed it.
Oh, that's lovely control stroke by Richards. Terrific sprint by Lewis. I can't think of anyone else who stopped that outside. Well, Gus Logie maybe.
Brilliant running, but still they managed to run 4.
That's in the air, but into an ocean space, and that's 4 more runs to Richards. You know, Lewis is drifting down that leg side. Of course, Richards loves to put the left foot well across towards off stump.
We're looking for 2. That brings up the 100. Respective figures of the 2 batsmen's innings. 70 deliveries faced by Richards, 74 for Hooper. That's the shot he's waited for. Well, that's how Richards greets him. That's 50. A straight salute to the dressing room.
That's 4 more. It's a good shot too.
The bottom hand came off. It still went for 4. There are just 20 more runs required by West Indies now. And runs coming very quickly indeed.
Well shot. Lovely, delicate putt from Carl Hooper. And so wonderfully timed. almost as though he's waiting for that. First ball of a new spell from Derek Pringle. And Hooper latched onto it.
Takes Hooper to 49.
And a half-century for Carl Hooper. Acknowledgement to the dressing room. And Richards will be down to say well done. Well, that's one of the few false strokes I can remember in this partnership. 150 up now. Oh, that's quite a good way to do it. Could hardly be straighter down the ground for 6. To win the match, take a 2-1 lead in the series, so they can't be beaten, West Indies. The series could be drawn by England if they win at the Oval. The West Indian players leave no doubt in anyone's mind what they think about Richards having taken the score from 24 to 157 with Carl Hooper. Carl Hooper will be there somewhere. But I reckon they sent Richards out with instructions, you know what you have to do, Captain. 24 for 3, and England breathing right down their necks. And at the finish, it was 157 for 3. A great moment for Vivian Richards and also for Carl Hooper, who played so well. 157 for 3, with Hooper 55, Richards 73, and that massive 6 to end the game after those first 3 wickets. Simmons, Haynes and Richardson went down so quickly. 24 for 3. Bowling figures for England: De Freitas, a successful bowler, 3 for 54 from 13 overs and 2 maidens. Lewis, Pringle and Illingworth worked very hard but had no success at all. This was what happened in the match. England 188 and 255. West Indies 292 with Richardson 104. And in their second innings, 157 for 3. West Indies won by 7 wickets and they lead the series 2-1. Well, after the players came from the field, Ian Reid, the Assistant General Manager of Cornhill Insurance, presented Vivian Richards with the winner's cheque for £7,700. Jonathan Agnew, the man of the match adjudicator, named Richie Richardson as the recipient of that award. And after all that was done, Tony Lewis interviewed the 2 captains, Vivian Richards and Graham Gooch.
Well, first of all, congratulations. Did you expect the game to be turned on its head today?
We never thought that. I think when we left here yesterday, we thought that maybe we'd be chasing, if we bowled well this morning, somewhere between maybe 59, 60. But I think one's got to give credit for the way I think Derek and Chris got stuck in, you know, and they gave us some worries. And as you can see, with that particular partnership, we were in some disarray when we were 24 for 3. And it just opened up the game, and I think England thought at that time, if they maybe had got maybe another wicket or 2, that they would have been in with a wonderful chance.
Was it a different pitch today?
Well, for some reason I got a little bit of hope the way I saw Chris and Derek played. I think the pitch laid down a little bit. I don't know whether that heavy roller that Graham put on did do the trick, you know. But for some reason, I thought that if they were able to achieve that, and for the way they played, and even young Illingworth, the way he came and played, that we'd be able to accomplish something. But we didn't have the best of starts.
Graham, commiserations, but you must be proud of the side, the way they actually stretched the opposition.
Yeah, we fought back well today, and you know, to a 150 lead gave you a sort of an outside chance of a possible win. And when, as Viv said, the West Indies was 24 for 3. If we got another couple of wickets after 2, then it would have been really interesting. But once the new ball wore off, I think over the last couple of days on this wicket, once the hardness of the new ball went, the wicket seemed to go a bit flat and didn't really do much. And our bowlers got a bit tired, and the ball went old, and it didn't really do anything. So credit to them, they played very well. They bowled us out in the first innings, and at the end of the day, they deserved to win.
Yes, they did deserve to win. They were the better side in a very tough, tight and hard-fought match. 2-1 the West Indies, with 1 test match to go at the Oval, this game having finished 1 day early. Just a reminder that on Wednesday next we'll be covering one of the NatWest Bank quarter-final matches, and that should be a tremendous day's cricket. We'll leave you here at Edgbaston with the stars of this game. First of all, there is Chris Lewis, who had a marvellous all-round performance, having been brought back to the England side. Then there's Carl Hooper, who played so well in both innings for the West Indies. His skipper Vivian Richards, who hit the winning runs, and Richie Richardson, the man of the match, made the century, the only century in this game, and the skipper himself.